Hello, my lovelies. Now, I'm pretty sure that some of you are going to be asking why I'm looking like this in the blue wig. Well, the reason why I am doing this is because this month, aka April, is Autism Acceptance Month, and I didn't really do anything for last year, and I kind of feel bad about it. So I thought that I'd do something this year, like kind of do something special about this. And I made a poll on Instagram if I should make a Q&A and answer some people's questions about my past, of how I became who I am now and all that, or just talk it all into one video. And they all said I should talk it in one video. Now, what I will accept is if you still want to ask me questions, don't be afraid to comment down below. And if you want me to make a second video with, all your questions that you've asked me, I'll do that. I won't mind at all. But yeah, this is kind of like my Autism Acceptance Month special, I guess, if you want to say it like this. So, I'm not going to get too much into the details or personal information about my past, but I will do my best to explain how I was in the past and, how I became who I am today. So let's dive right into the drama and all that. So I believe it happened when I was about 18 months old. It was actually around the time that my father was leaving my mother, my biological father, and I remember my mom telling me that she was asleep on the couch and my father packed his things and left, and I woke up from my nap and I went to my mom and I hit her head with a remote control. Now, normally a kid wouldn't do that unless they were trying to cause trouble, but I was not trying to cause trouble at all, so. And probably like a month or two later, something like that, they found out my diagnosis is, autism, but my legit diagnosis was PDD-NOS. So there's that. And then after my diagnosis, I was put into this thing called early intervention. Now, if you've ever been to an autism center, nowadays kids would usually play around in like a playground, and the staff members, I guess if you want to call them, would try to, play with them and I think help them with their sensory and stuff like that. I guess it was like something like that for me because I remember being told that we had to try things, like feel things and touch things and stuff like that. Like my father told me, and I don't know if my mother did, but I was told that one day we were given shaving cream. Now, I didn't mind the texture of it, but I didn't like the smell. At least I didn't eat it and thought it was whipped cream. I think it's because, once I smelled it, I'm like, no, don't want that in my mouth. But with autistic people, it is very common to have a sensory issue. Like, my mother told me that there were some moms that came in and they were like, oh, my son or daughter finally walked in grass, or they wore a different piece of clothing, let's say, because some autistic people like the same type of clothing. Like, they may like a certain brand or a certain style. Like with me, I loved, and I mean loved, dresses and skirts, and I would hate wearing pants. Like, I would not wear pants, or I would not be happy wearing pants. But I think that actually stopped around, 5th grade, I think it was. I think it was, maybe 4th, but 5th for sure. I started wearing more, jeans and pants, and I really liked it a lot, but I still have an obsession with dresses, skirts, because, it just makes me feel beautiful, I love looking pretty, but I'm not afraid to be, you know, comfortable either, I guess. But, there was also another thing. Some of the kids in that class would not touch or, like, hug their mothers, because that's also a thing. Like, if you know Temple Grandin, I saw a little bit of the movie, and Temple Grandin made a box, and it, like, squeezed her, and she liked that, but she did not like human contact. Like, some autistic people don't like human contact whatsoever. Or if you see The Good Doctor, the character Sean, whenever people would hug him, he would just, like, stand still, or he would kind of try to push them away, because that's a sensor issue right there. And personally, it breaks my heart when kids can't, or don't just choose not to hug their parents. I mean, a mother's gotta give her affection to her child and, like, you know, physically hug them and show them love that way. But, I mean, I'm a giant teddy bear. I will hug anybody that needs a hug. And I need hugs too. I love hugs. I love cuddling things, and, you know, like Harley Quinn here. I love to cuddle things, and I love stuffed animals. Yes, I may be 18, but I still love stuffed animals. Don't judge me. Anyways, then kindergarten, first grade happened. I think it happened when I was in kindergarten, maybe preschool. Again, as I mentioned, I love hugs. And when I was in kindergarten for sure, and first grade, and I think second grade for a couple of months, I was the only girl in the class because autism affects more in boys than girls. And, so I was put in a class with a bunch of boys, and I would hug the boys, and sometimes I would hug the teachers because I love hugs. And that kind of weirded them out. And I also used to spin around and say, like, don't I look pretty? Because, again, I loved dresses and skirts. And then first grade, I guess you could say I was kind of like the star of the classroom, not just because I was the only girl, but I actually behaved well than the other kids, I guess, and I guess, like, the teacher wanted everyone else to be more like me. Because the teacher in the class barely had any troubles with me, except she kind of forced me to eat pineapple, and I hate pineapple. I still hate it to this day. But, I also remember I used to love spinning around. That's also an autistic trait, to spin around in circles, but not, like, just in skirts, but, like, I used to be in my room and I would spin around a lot. I don't think I ever flapped my hands. I always had, I don't know if I had trouble with eye contact at first, but I know that I would make eye contact with my mother, and I'm getting better with the eye contact. I'm doing very well with that. You know, years and years go by, and, you know, I graduated high school with honor rolls, and, I mean, yeah, I've had troubles in the past. Everybody has trouble with something. Like, we all have our difficulties and stuff like that, and it's not a big deal. But, I mean, I feel like my autism makes me who I am, because there are autistic people that are very talented in certain things, you know, music. Some are really smart in math or art or whatever. Like, I am a very, very, very musical gal. I sing, I dance, I play instruments, yada yada. And, I mean, look how far I've come on YouTube. I mean, I made another rant about Akira Dubs getting, taken down again, and then he came back up for some strange reason. I guess it was like, I don't even know what happened. That really scared me. Like, he's there, then he's gone, and then that same channel's back again. I'm just gonna be real, YouTube is really screwed up, or whatever. But I'm kind of glad that people like my covers. I wish that there was more people that saw them, but can't get everything you want. But I also feel very happy that people accept me for who I am, because I do have troubles a lot. There are times where I can be a social butterfly, and there are other times where I'm like in the background because I kind of have somewhat of a social issue. Like, I can't be the first one to strike up a conversation unless like I see something or somebody says something that I'm into. It kind of goes like that. But I mean, I'm even in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for over 2 years. And for somebody like me who's, well, I don't want to use the term high functioning, but I don't act very autistic, I guess. I just think it's so amazing that my boyfriend can even still stand me or put up with me, but I mean, I love him and he loves me, and that's all that matters. And I mean, I'm beginning to love myself more physically than mentally, and I'm not afraid to be who I am. I'm talented and so much, and I mean, I'm a great friend, I'm a supporter, and that's I know the story was short, but that's kind of the beginning on how I was really autistic, and then I grew more and more to becoming who I am now. Like, also I was put into small classes with like 5 or 6 kids, and 7th grade was the last year I had to do that, and then 8th grade into high school I was in like a normal class, and I felt like a normal student and a normal girl, even though technically I'm not, but I felt like your average kid just going to school and learning and stuff. And personally, I'm very proud of myself, and I know that I've came a very long way. I mean, I have a job, I just earned my license, I'm going to college soon, I'm planning on going to college, I'm in a committed relationship, I have so many friends, it's just, and I also have so much support from online, and it's just really amazing. And I just want to thank you guys for helping me get to where I am now on YouTube. And to all my friends who are going to be watching this, I want to thank you for being my friend and dealing with me, and for accepting me for who I am and how I am. And I love you guys so much, and I want to thank you for watching this video. And to all my fellow autistic friends and subscribers, supporters out there, don't be afraid to be who you are, and you are accepted in the world. You may not think you're accepted by others, but really, you are accepted, and you are beautiful. You're amazing, stunning, and definitely unique. So thank you again for watching. If you want to see my autism PSA that I've made last year in October, I will put that in the description below. There is some more information about how you can see the signs for autism and how you can understand everybody better, and maybe it can help you out in the future. I mean, if there's an autistic kid at work, at school, wherever, don't be afraid to say hi and strike up a conversation, and get to understand the person a bit more, and don't bully. Please don't bully. That would break my heart if somebody's getting bullied. I mean, I'm surprised I've never been bullied, and I don't plan to get bullied. So thank you again for watching, and don't be afraid to ask me some questions in the comments. Hit that like button, and also hit the big red shiny subscribe button for more of my crazy content. And as always, I will see you, my lovelies, in the next video. Sayonara!